Well, I know these folks gonna be looking at me like, "Well, wake your ass up." Hey, my bad. Hey, um, what's going on, people? What's going on, man? You are now tuning in to the 6-man combo. Hopefully, let's get it. I know y'all probably just didn't hear what I just said at the beginning, so y'all already done got the 401 on what the hell just happened. What's going on, people? What's going on, people, man? It is Tuesday, and yes, we had a K-Style special, aka oversleeping before the damn show. But we still here, and this is Tuesday. This is the 6-man combo. I am your host, 6-man K-Styles. And to the stage left, as you already know, it is the mad scientist.
Yeah, dig it.
Macho Man. Macho Mike. Mad Mike Sports. And you always know once this show starts, we got 3 words for y'all. What are those 3 words?
Real.
Roll cow. I wish I could do a whole promo like the Ultimate Warrior.
No, hell no.
Like, don't see as we do. That's the words. That's the real roll cow.
Oh, no, I'm not playing with you, man. No, I'm not playing with you, brother. If I'm playing with you, you're gonna get the right hand and the body slam. Don't do it to yourself.
Hey, man, y'all already know, man. The real roll call coming through here, man. And we're going to kick it off today with Melvin Emery. We got Big Ant in the building. Tev Sports and Gaming. Joseph Thornton. Kenneth Lewis. Pamela Johnson. Devon. Hey, like I said, we got our regular goons in here. D. Coleman. Andrew G. Brian Peoples. Nathan Floyd. Keyshawn Vlad. Trey Hill, Dame DiBiase, Sonia in the building, Michael Walker, ATL Leo, and Use K Knight. So, we about to get started with this show here in 3. You know what? Damn that. We just gonna cut it off right at the beat. I'm gonna set it up with the countdown. Now that beat came on too cool. Now, before we get started with the show, I want to give a shout out to Team USA for advancing in the World Cup. And they needed a win against Iran, and they ended up with a 1-0 victory. And I know this may be like the first World Cup for a few people that may not watch soccer like that, but this type of tournament is what gets guys paid big money. Let's see, what's in America?
That's how
What?
Canadians say it. That's how Canadians say it. America.
America. Ooh, yeah. But we can talk about that later. Let's go ahead and get started on tonight's conversation. Oh yeah, Senegal looking tough out there too. Portugal, well, my odds on favorite. They still looking good out there. France. Um, but let's go ahead and get started on tonight's conversation. If y'all wondering where the title came from, it's pretty much it. It was a comment that was spoken on Monday's show. Um, and it was said in a way to where I thought this would be very interesting to get like everybody's opinion on this. Is the Falcons? Because we already know. Let me set it up right. As we already know, the Falcons' expectation this year was 2-15. Am I correct, Mike?
Oh yeah, you're correct.
Okay, so we got 2-15. We heard Falcons were the worst roster in football. Am I correct?
Oh yeah, you're correct.
But the Falcons' record right now is 5-7, still in the hunt in the division. They already have 5 wins. That's 3+ wins more than the expectation. But I want to ask you this question. Do you consider that accepting mediocrity, even though the Falcons are currently exceeding expectations? Especially coming after that loss against the Commanders. I see a lot of people saying go USA. Weezy said he got Portugal going all the way, aka Cristiano Ronaldo going all the way. Michael Walker said Senegal looking tough out there. Well, Saudi Arabia won one World Cup game and the whole damn country had the day off. We'll talk about that later. But what do you think of what's your mindset on that question, Mike?
I mean, my thing is, I think you're a moron if you're saying anything about accepting mediocrity, because I don't think any fan would accept mediocrity. So you're a fucking moron if you even say that. Utter those words coming out of your mouth. Who the fuck, as a fan, as an owner, as a football player, want to accept mediocrity? Um, so no, I don't think the Falcons or any Falcon fan is accepting mediocrity. Um, Whether we disagree or agree, every fan, every player, every coach, every owner, every investor, everybody want to win. So again, I think you're a fucking moron if you say that you're accepting mediocrity. It's just stupid. Just stupid. You know what I'm saying? We don't even have to like the same players. We don't have to have the same point of views. But to just say this to accuse somebody of accepting mediocrity, that's just that tells me that you want me to agree with what you are are saying or your point of views, and pretty much downing the way that most people are thinking. So, for example, if I say that Marcus Mariota is the quarterback, he's here for 2 years, maybe 1 year, to be the stopgap quarterback, just to make sure we implement the system the proper way, and we get this kid Desmond Ritter ready to be a quarterback. And we have other fans that say, look, man, I want to win right now. I don't care about waiting a year. I don't care nothing about waiting 2-3 years. I want to win now. Well, that's kind of hard to do when a team has a record. I'm talking about an NFL record. No NFL franchises had a salary cap issue. Dead cap as high as the Falcons. I think it's like 65 million or something like that. It's about $65 million. So that's a record high. No franchise has been able. No franchise has ever done that. So I don't understand the idea of anybody saying that we're accepting mediocrity. It's like, all right, yeah, I got $100,000 in the bank, but I prefer to stay in this shack. No lights on, no running water. I got a little makeshift fridge on the side of my bed, but I got $100,000. I could easily go rent a place, go buy another place, easy with $100,000. Well, but I prefer to stay in there. Nobody wants to stay in those type of environment with that type of money. So the Falcons, if they had the money, I'm saying this to say this: if the Falcons had the money, do you think the Falcons are just not going to spend the damn money? Now, if they wanted a guy like Deron Payne and they had the assets, do you not think that they will go out and get a guy like Deron Payne or Ndamukong Suh or whomever? You think they just would rather draft guys that we're just gonna get all these practice squad guys to just do nothing? Nobody thinks that way. So at the end of the day, for anybody who says that anybody is accepting mediocrity, I just think you're a fucking moron and you just want people to agree with what you want.
Hold on, let me. My bad people. My bad people. I want to. You, Mike. You do not mind if I show something right quick. Show a little presentation right quick. So even though somebody had already said it in the chat,
yeah,
let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and show you right quick.
Yeah, please show
okay.
That.
Okay. Courtesy of overthecap.com. Let's look at. It said currently the Falcons have surprisingly $7 million in dead cap space.
Team space. That's team space.
I mean team space. Team space. My bad. $7.7 million. Yeah. You're not getting no big name talent with that. Do y'all think y'all could pay? Y'all think a guy like a Deron Payne is worth $7 million after you trade for him? Any guys like that? But we got dead cap money complications right here. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit more. No, not the Ugandaji. Okay, let's look at the screen here. Matt Ryan, $40.5 million. We already done crossed the threshold right there. Julio Jones, 15.5. Deion Jones, 11.3. 11.3. Dante Fowler, Tyler Davidson, Marlon Davidson, Mike Davis, Brian Edwards, Anthony Rush, Quentin Bell, Dean Marlowe twice, Anthony Fursker, Ryan Newsel, Frank Dobby, John Rain, Kendall Sheffield, Michael Pruitt, Javante Moffett, Mike Ford, John Kaminsky, Caleb Huntley. We had to re-sign guys that we already owe money to. Think about that for us. Mike, what do you think about that? I want everybody to think about that.
That's a total of $80 million in dead cap.
Total
So
80
again,
million.
It's not the fact that they're quote unquote accepting mediocrity. Is that you can't do a damn thing when you don't have money. All you have is $7 million.
Mm-hmm. You can't.
One significant player is going to eat that up in itself.
Mm-hmm. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. You literally got about 7 players that equal up to about $1.1 million in dead cap hit that you had to fucking re-sign because you didn't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
That lets you know what kind of situation that this Falcons team is in right now and what they have to deal with this year. You're re-signing players you owe money to. You are not going to buy a $300,000 car with $150. Think about that. I want to ask everybody a question. How do you feel that out of that whole dead cap money list we just looked at, they literally had to re-sign 7 of those players. So not only are they paying them to be on the team, they paying them for cutting them.
You paid them to cut them. Just think about that.
These dudes is getting paid twice.
Getting 2 checks.
Right.
From one team. For 2 different things. To play and getting your ass cut.
Mm-hmm. And the Falcons are still in the fight for this division. And like I said, it's no thanks to the fact that everybody else is struggling and going down bullshit too. We literally are hanging on in a division where the majority thought they would be dead last in right now. Look at this. Look at these comments. Look at these comments right here. Look, all that dead cap hit the Falcons gonna end up giving Magic City and Blue Flame away. Yeah, you're right. Big Ant here said Fowler was overpaid and didn't earn any of that money. Brother D. Marlowe is on the list twice for over $700K. Falcons gave up a 3rd round pick for Brian Edwards. And you see what the fuck happened right there. He ended up in the doghouse with this coaching staff. Unknown, well, I ain't gonna say unknown reasons. It's just unknown to the fact that we was at wondering like where the hell was he at? Shouts out to the minister in the building, Jew Talk Sports. Y'all make sure y'all show him some love too, man. Dan DiBiase here said Dimitrov didn't know what he was doing. Exactly. But getting back to what you were saying, Mike, yeah, I think that's kind of one of those ass backwards statements. I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Yeah, I think it's more. I think what you said is because we don't agree with what you think. I think it's more than that. I think it kind of comes off as being upset that the Falcons had, like, with some people, some of the fans, they looked at this year as kind of like a wash away year. One of those years like, okay, now we just need to be bad. We need to get a top 5 pick. We need a quarterback. We need, mostly it's quarterback. Oh, I still don't know why, but you got way other pressing needs. Like I said, you could have said, well, the Falcons need a Will Anderson, or Falcons need a Jalen Carter, or other premier pass rusher, offensive lineman, whatever. And the Falcons are literally exceeding the certain expectation to where that quarterback pick the quarterback in the top 10 conversation is obsolete. So I was about to say, boy, what you about to have a party over there?
No.
Oh, hold on. Let me go ahead and show y'all this. So y'all said, is Debo's dead cap off this summer? Well, looking from the same exact website. Let's show you. This is for next year. Frank Darby, Marlon Davidson, Justin Schaefer, and Deion Jones.
You know what? Now you see why we were so adamant on keeping Deion Jones here, but everybody else was so wanting to get rid of him. That's the reason why.
So for 2023, you're going to have a dead cap of $13.1 million. So, hey, but you'll still have about $72.6 million worth of cap space. But I want to get everybody's take. Everybody that's watching this show, I want y'all to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Make sure y'all go ahead and share this. So my question to y'all is going to be, what were your expectations for the Falcons coming in this 2022 season. I want to, like I said, I want to see what everybody's expectations is. So we're gonna go ahead and hit the intermission music right quick. Likes up. Like I said, we got 60 people in here right now. So we want to hit that like button. We want to at least get it up to 35. Get it up to 35. So we'll definitely appreciate y'all for this. So what was everybody's expectation for the Atlanta Falcons coming in? And be completely honest. Hey. So while we got this intermission, man, I want to ask everybody, man. I want to ask everybody how y'all doing today. Did y'all have a good day? Got to ask that early in the show, but I'm going ahead asking that now as well. Like I said, everybody's mental fine right now. Okay. Okay. 8, 9, 8, 5. Okay. 7, we're not gonna get good. All right. All right. We got enough. We got enough right there. But like I said, if you look at what a lot of y'all are saying, and we definitely appreciate the engagement on it. Ain't nobody paying attention to Duke. He came on last time talking about that I guess he's a Jacksonville fan. That was the Calvin Ridley comment, but we appreciate Duke coming in on it. But he said,
man, he depressing enough. Well, give him a break.
Oh man. He said no wins. We got Keyshawn Blast said 8 to 10 and being in the playoffs. Big Ant said 7 to 10. Joseph here said 8. And a lot of people saying get our identity right and fight. D. Coleman had 8 to 9. Brian People said playoff hunt. Trauma Loss was on. He said I didn't have any expectations.
You're a damn Saints fan, so what the hell? Nothing is right for you.
Eric Matt, he's at 9 and 8. Bug Gump 7 to 10. Nathan Floyd 7 to 10. Jet Life was 6 for 8. Kenneth Lewis was 8 with 8 wins. Paul Davis said 10 wins. Devon said 8 wins, which is still possible for this team. Yeah. But the thing about it is, in certain eyes, this is what we're talking about. In certain eyes, it always that's considered thinking mediocre when it comes anywhere between 7 to 9 wins. Now, you said you thought 10 wins, you was reaching for it. That was called wishful thinking right there. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Like I say, it's a possibility. It was a possibility. It still is actually, but like Utah Sports said on the post game show, the margin for error for this team is minimal. That's what happens when you have a like. Let's just be honest. The Atlanta Falcons are a makeshift team right now. The margin of error is small. But like I said, it's nothing wrong with thinking 7 to 10 wins because, like you said, we coming into a season where we don't know what the hell is going to happen. I don't know why this sound like we giving a eulogy for this team right now, but no, we ain't giving no damn eulogy for that team. Let's think about look, like I said, the simple fact is that the whole division looks so bad that the Falcons still have a chance. Let me repeat that. The whole division looks so bad that if this was any regular year, this Falcons team would look very, very yeah. So, what you got to say on that, Mike?
I'm gonna just be real. Most of everybody didn't have any expectations because they didn't know any other players. It's just outside of handful of people, y'all know damn well y'all didn't know shit about the defense, and you know a damn thing about the offense. Um, Outside of highlights, because most of the players that we brought in, outside of Lorenzo Carter playing at Georgia, nobody knew nothing about Drake London. Nobody knew nothing about Arnold Ebiketie. Nobody knew nothing about D'Angelo Malone, Troy Anderson, Michael Pruitt, Caleb Huntley, Tyler Algier. So don't hear pretend and say y'all expected 9 wins or y'all expected 8 wins, 7 wins. Most of the people had absolutely no expectations, including myself, which was the main reason why I said I wanted to focus on how the coaching go. Does Arthur Smith improve as a coach? That was my thoughts going into the year. Yes, player development. That's what we're focusing on. So
Mm-hmm.
let's not pretend like you guys thought we was gonna win 7 games because you know deep down in your heart, looking at that roster, you can't say that we were gonna win 7 games, especially without a Matt Ryan. So I'm saying all that to say this: your fandom wanted us to win 7 to 8 wins. We based our take as far as this Falcons team based on last year's. If the Falcons were able to run the ball consistently, the Falcons could win 7 games. All right, at the very least, at the most 7 games. If they were consistently able to run the damn ball, they were going to win at least 7 games. They were going to win at the max 7 games. And based on if the defense, mainly the pass rush, improve, they were going to be somewhere at the most a wild card team. So all these people talking about 10 wins, look, that's just dreaming. Y'all know y'all was dreaming.
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 I must be dreaming.
And that's all it is. And it like I said, it's fine. It's fine to be it's fine to dream, it's fine to hope, it's fine to have the best outlook for your team. but everything had to go perfectly for this team to even be in this position. We're talking
Mm-hmm.
about the defense has improved, the pass rush has improved, the secondary, the linebacker, in my opinion, has taken a step back. But the pass rush secondary has pretty much improved. You look at the offensive line; they have improved. You look at the running game; it's probably the bright spot, and they probably is a that's me selling them short. They the MVP
Mm-hmm.
of the team, to be honest, including Marcus Mariota. So at the end of the day, man, everything had to go the right way for the Falcons to win 7 games. Um, I wouldn't go as far as to say that this team was the worst roster in the league because I mean, look at New Orleans right now.
Hell, look at
Look at
Houston.
look at Houston. Like that's where the frustration and the frustration, that we got because I look, you can't name a damn soul on Houston Texans team. What's left? Like, let's keep it real. What the hell is left?
The only people you can name on the Houston Texans squad right now is maybe Damian Pierce. That's the only bright spot
That's
they
it.
got all year.
That's it. That's it. So I
And you got
totally disagree.
Brandon Cook. I play with a new team every year looking at ass on there. That dude ain't been with that dude ain't been on the team for more than 2 years. I don't think ever.
Mm-mm. So like I said, let's be real. Nobody had expectation. This team being a playoff team.
Mhm.
We all stated if everything go well, the best that the Falcons could do was wild card. If the defense and the running game improved in the offensive line, those things came together as it did last year, we would be able to get a wild card, and we're close to that.
And like I said, and close to it, like you said, the margin for error is very small. That's what we're talking about. If you think, like I said, if we look at this season so far, and we look at certain games where, okay, we've had chances to win, had turnovers in the red zone first game, you had a turnover at the end of the game against the Rams. Like you said, that's 2 possible wins. You had the bullshit call from Tampa Bay, where they had a chance to possibly go ahead and win that game. I didn't say it was a guarantee they'll win, but they had a chance. That's 3 wins. Like you said, that's just 3 plays right there. You take advantage of it. You're looking at from the Falcons being a 5-7 team right there to a potential 8-4 team right now. So the Atlanta Falcons, not necessarily like as makeshift as the team is a lot of our losses came from self-inflicted wounds, and that is a result of having a young team. A team that doesn't, like I said, you have a young team and you have, like, you don't have an established leader on both sides on the field. I'm gonna put it like that a little bit better. You're gonna make mistakes. We've seen them. We've seen Mariota fumble the ball. We've seen Drew Dahlman with snap issues. We've seen Drake London dropping passes. We've seen Kyle Pitts half-assing on routes. We've seen Michael Walker can't cover worth a damn. Um, we see Darren Hall getting his ass ran over at least twice a game. We've seen these safeties
Oh yeah.
missing tackles. We've seen can't get no pass rush. We've seen um Ogundeji looking like ass on the edge. But despite of all that bullshit that's been going on, all that like WTF stuff going on, the national wide media expectation was 2-15. So if you have a team who was expected to be one of the worst teams in football by the end of the year, and they've already exceeded it, that's letting you know right now that they're building for something. And I think with us Falcon fans, I think the average Falcon fan don't has not really seen up close and personal what rebuilding a team is. And when we talk about rebuilding, we're talking about from the ground up, trying to find those new leaders, getting rid of a lot of old regime players.
Uh-huh.
It's an anomaly to try to turn a team 1 year, then go to the next year with half the roster you had the previous year before, and then trying to win 10 games with that. That's an anomaly in itself.
Yeah, like I said, my thing is that we're talking about rebuilding. Soon Green Bay is going to have to do the same thing. Obviously, Tampa is going to be doing that real soon. I see people in there saying they didn't expect Tampa to be this sorry. Well, I did. The man is 45 years old. He's not going to be that great. He's not going to be that good fella. Eventually, he's going to catch up to him. That was an old team to when they built it. He's an old team now.
Mm-hmm. I about to say, have you noticed that every team that tries to build a team for 1 year, they're like absolute dog water right now?
Yeah. The Rams look like shit. And Aaron Donald don't look like he's interested in playing anymore. He just don't look interested. The coach look like he just want to. Look, the coach just look like he ready to go. I'm just gonna be honest. He look like he ready to go.
You said that he like, damn, I should have took that Amazon.
I should have just ready to go. I should have snuck out the back door when I had a chance to.
Right. And then, like you said, with Tampa Bay, as much as we like Todd Bowles, like I said, the Todd Bowles record as a head coach, like I said, if that was an unknown, like I said, there was an expectation. Like I said, the expectations for a lot of these teams this year has been surprisingly bad.
Mm-hmm.
When, like we said yesterday, when Russell Wilson got traded to the Denver Broncos, they propelled the Denver Broncos to be a possible playoff / contender in the AFC. You got Russell Wilson, you got Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, supposed to be Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton. They say you got all those good players on defense, and they supposed to be making a run. This team had a worse record than the Falcons. They done gave up 4-5 draft picks and $240 million to Russ Wilson, and they have a worse record than we do.
The problem is everybody trying to spread, and the spread offense is the easiest offense to combat. Like it really is. That's the problem with the quarterbacks nowadays. That's why you're seeing so many big time quarterbacks, good quarterbacks, these guys are struggling because spread offense is the easiest thing to come at. All you got to do is just be physical with them. That's all you seeing around that's all you seeing around the NFL. Teams are just being physical with these spread offenses. Physicality is how you guard a team. Like the thing about what separates the Chiefs from the rest, even when they run the spread offense, is what I've been telling you guys all the time. They're exactly like the Atlanta Falcons. They lean on their offensive line when they get in trouble, and their tight end. They go back to the fundamentals of running the damn ball, handing the ball off to their running backs, getting after the quarterback, using that D line, and have a bunch of secondary guys that just like I won't say makeshift guys, but they're not elite corners or elite safeties. They just good enough to hold the defense, and that's what they do. So Andy Reid, he knows that when our offense is struggling, all right, let's just hand the ball off to the I don't know why I always think of placenta. What the hell his name is? Placento, Palacino, whatever the hell his name is. The little dude, the little running back they got. But
Paul Chero or something.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Whatever his name is, but they've been leaning on him, running the rock, checking the ball down to Kelsey and the other tight end, Pacheco, whatever name is.
Pacheco.
Yeah.
Pistachio, goddamn it. We ain't gonna call Pistachio, goddamn it. I'm like B. Coleman, just call it that Piccolo. Damn it.
But that's
we
what
always say Piccolo with a black character. Might well call it that Piccolo. Yeah.
That's what they do. They go back to the physicality, and that's what separates. This is why the Eagles are struggling right now. They forgot the fundamentals. When you come out and you put these damn quarterbacks in the center and you make these guys, these you make these guys $200 million quarterbacks. Guess what? Because like if you look at all the top quarterbacks in the NFL, all of them are making about close to $200 million, about $40 to $45 million a year. And every last one of them are running versions of a spread offense. And every last one of them are struggling. Every last top quarterback is struggling because all they want to do is throw the dang on ball. So again, how you combat that is physicality.
Y'all ain't shit. That ain't shit. They are Pinnacle, Palmetto, Pegasus, Nicolo.
Cheerio. Pina colada.
Oh, we just gonna call them. But yeah, man.
That's why football is so bad right now, because they forgetting that you need to run the ball, run the damn ball, play action, and actually have your quarterbacks learn the position. They're not learning the position. I told you guys I don't know how, I've been saying this about 2-3 years now. The worst thing that ever happened to quarterbacks is that RPO shit, because it dumbed down these quarterbacks. They don't have to learn how to read a defense. All they got to do is look at the DBs, look at the defense, and throw slants and run and read options. That's all your quarterback need to do now. So it's ruining football, and you're seeing such bad football, especially from the quarterbacks, because of that. Why you think the Detroit Lions are so good right now? They look good. Why do you think that is?
because they running the damn ball
They
because
running the ball.
the quarterback they got ain't worth shit.
Mm-hmm. They running the ball playing defense. That's why they look so good.
And I'm gonna repeat that what I said. I said I would take Marcus Mariota over Jared Goff any day of the goddamn week.
Any day.
Because if that was the case, the Rams would have never got rid of his ass if he was that damn good. But I digress from the point. We still got about 5 more games, people.
Mm-hmm.
Still got about 5 more games, and each one of these games is winnable. But the thing with the Falcons is the Falcons have to be perfect. In playing their games. You can't leave 3 to 5 plays out on the field. And we got the professor in the building as well. Y'all make sure y'all show him some love too. Like you always say, it's 3 to 4 to 5 plays that you can't leave on the field. And it's usually these plays that do the Falcons in. So they actually are on the right. And to put it in perspective, the Falcons, and I think LT said it yesterday as well. The Falcons are on the right track. It's just on the track. It's just on the track that as a fan, and like I said, as a football fan, you want to see your team win every game. But for the circumstance that this team is under, you're literally, like I said, you're getting you're getting the best of what they got.
Give me the best that
I got. I was waiting on you. I was setting that up for you to do that too.
I know you were.
Giving you the best that I
got. Can't resist a good song.
Exactly. Yeah, like I said, we do music rep. For those that may be new over here, already know we do music references on a lot of stuff that we do.
Mm-hmm. So. Ooh,
yeah. But yeah. As going back to the title of the show, no, it's not mediocre to say that we are proud of the Falcons for what they've done so far this season. It's not mediocre. The mind, like I said, mediocre is what the Denver Broncos is when the team is expected to do good and they playing like absolute dog shit. That's mediocre.
Mediocre is when your owner comes out and says, "I'm only gonna spend this amount of money." That's it. You remember that, K-Style?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't gonna spend no more than this right here. This is all we gonna spend. Win with this. That's selling for me. That's selling for mediocrity.
Like, hey, here's $50. What is that? Smokey, go to the store and give me some cigarettes. Wait. What do I got? This is not enough. Make it enough. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I just realized. That's exactly what they're doing right now. Make it enough.
Make it enough. That's it. That's what selling for mediocrity is.
Mm-hmm.
Not your owner making $1 billion stadium of his. What he spent like $800 million, and then another 800 and 400 and something came from the state.
Exactly.
Like, come on, man. That's not selling for mediocrity. That man want to win. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So,
and I'm not sure if he's even in a positive right now. I think it took him like 4 or 5 years to get out of the negative building that stadium. So I don't even think he got his return on his investment yet.
Nah, not yet. Noah here said Russell Wilson is so bad he got caught using Seahawks plays and calls.
I mean, everybody blaming on Russ, but this has been an ongoing.
It has been a train wreck throughout the whole. And the thing about it is, like I said, I feel so sorry for that defense, bro. That defense is playing their ass off. You got Patrick Surtain Jr. out here looking like an all-pro right now. You got guys, you got their front seven playing well in these games, and you telling me that for having a defense that's only allowed a league high, the league leading 16.6 points per game, and you're telling me with a Russell Wilson, you know what? You telling me with quote unquote Russell Wilson leading the damn Broncos that the Houston Texans score more points per game than this team?
Like that's what I'm talking about. Everybody, look, you see, this is what I talk about is bully mentality. People in this chat, including Noah, y'all doing it. But name somebody outside of Jerry Jeudy that's actually good on that offense. You see where we go? See where I'm going? What about that offensive line? How good is that offensive line, K-Style?
I mean, we kind of did see it in that Thursday night football game as well.
What about that running? What?
The Javonte Williams got. I think what happened with they wasn't really scoring even with Javonte. Has Javonte Williams even played all year?
I don't think so. What about the running backs?
Well, you saw Melvin Gordon, his ass got cut.
He got cut. The tight ends. Do anybody have any idea who the tight ends are
there? Probably Eric Sober. That's just because he played for the Falcons.
Garrett Bowles got hurt. Like this is what we're talking about, and this is why I say, yeah, Javonte out with the ACL. Okay, so he's not even playing.
Yeah. I don't know if he got. I think he got hurt the first quarter of the first game of the year or something like that. I don't know when he got, but I know he was out. I know he was out for the year.
Tim Patrick tore ACL in training camp. That's a lot. Again, this is why I'm like, even those his teammates ain't worth a shit, because you know that you got all of those injuries and players that just not worth a crap, including Jerry Jeudy. I'm gonna keep on saying that because he the biggest damn crybaby over there, but he ain't making no damn plays. Get open, okay?
But
offensive line, block for him. Running backs, do something. They running backs ain't doing nothing.
But like I said, this is what comes. This is what comes with when you're trying to bring in a veteran quarterback into a brand new situation. Because we have to look at it from a standpoint too, as well, as far as that team is. Yes, Russell Wilson is a big name quarterback, but is he the fit for Denver?
You gotta get his type of players around, because you gotta understand that he's a freestyle type of quarterback, like a Steve Young. You know what I'm saying? Like a Steve McNair. Those guys are freestyle quarterbacks. You can't just put like traditional players around him. You got to get players that can, like a Tim Dwight, Wes Welker, those type of guys who are good freestyling and getting open. DJ, you know what I'm saying? Deshaun Jackson. Like, those guys are good at freestyling. You got to put those types of wide receivers and players around him. So what I'm pointing the fingers at is the coaching staff. I'm pointing the finger at the coaching staff and the general manager. Y'all thought y'all was just gonna bring in a quarterback and he was just gonna make a difference. Come on, stop.
That sound like an AAU coach.
Bro, I'm gonna just get all the best players.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's a comment right here. It said, how many more years are we gonna make excuses for this team? You get paid to do your damn job, work, or get fucking fired. Facts. Well,
Because you put facts on the end of shit don't mean it's a damn fact.
That's an opinion.
That's an opinion, bro.
That's an opinion. Because if that is the case, and the fact, like you said, let's place a scenario here. Let's place a scenario. Let's say you fire this coaching staff and his whole regime after this year, and you bring in a whole new thing next year, and you don't get the results you want. You're gonna fire them too, because if you're going to go down. Like I said, you got to remember what you're saying now. If you want to go down that road, that if the team doesn't go to the playoffs one year, they're fired, and they're fired after the next year. This is year 2. We can talk about Dan Quinn getting into the Super Bowl, but you have to remember, out of those 6 seasons, they only went to the playoffs twice. Mike Smith as a head coach has more playoff appearances as a head coach than any other head coach in this franchise history.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going to fire and get rid of people after 2 years, if the next regime don't do it, you're going to fire them after the next year. And if that regime do it after the next year, you're going to fire. Like I said.
Look, man, if Green Bay would have took that shit right there, this comment to heart, they would have never had Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm. You got to make it make sense, bro, because and all the best teams have what they call camaraderie. It's always stability. That's not building stability. That's chaos. That's chaos right there. Dre Nelson wants chaos.
Yeah, he wanted chaos. Just get rid of everybody until he finds somebody. You know a team that's been doing that?
Who?
They're called the Cleveland Browns. They've been doing that for 30 years. And how that turned out for them?
Mm-hmm.
Joe Thomas is the only guy that they've had on that team for what, 5+ years? He's literally the only guy.
Yep.
And you can throw Alex Mack in there.
But
those two, that's it.
So for Dre Nelson, so if excuse me, I don't know if he's still in here or not. So my question to you is, for every year the Falcons don't make the playoffs, they need to fire that coach after that year? Because if you talking about, and as a lot of us Falcon fans are talking about free agency for next year and getting, and okay, we got all the salary cap. Why the hell is a free agent gonna want to play in Atlanta in a chaotic situation like that?
Yeah, you got to get used to people. Why? My thing is, look, I always say, if anybody who knows me, I've always said that I wanted to go to Australia. Why? Because scenery, I love the water, I love animals. I love that type. What if the just all of a sudden all that shit just goes away? Something happened to Australia. What the fuck am I going there for? The animals are not there. The scenery, everything is burnt to hell. Why am I going to Australia again? All the stuff that I love ain't there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point of me going to Australia? And that's the same concept when it comes to a football player. I came here because I like Arthur Smith,
Mm-hmm.
not because I want money. Some players said I want money, but I like Arthur Smith, but I like Dean Pease, but I
Mm-hmm.
want to play with Marcus Mariota, but I want to play with Drake London. They come for those reasons.
Right.
So if those guys aren't there, what the hell are you coming there for?
And you know what, kind of looking back at that comment, let me put that comment back up here. You know what this comment kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of a fan that looks at college football and think that's how I need to be in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's that type of comment. That's exactly what it sounds like to me. Cause you know what they always know what to say is, why is the Georgia Bulldogs so good? Why is Alabama so good? Because you have a stability of coaches, ADs, scouts, and all that brings in these players. Am I correct, Mike? Am I correct, everybody? You got a stability of coaching staffs, recruiters, ADs. Here. Just because your college football team produces 5 stars every goddamn year does not mean that same mentality goes into the NFL.
Yeah. Those guys, the college has an advantage. College teams have advantage. Georgia, the Alabamas of the world, those guys, the USC, they get all the great talent. So you see domination from them all the time because they get all the great talent.
So with that, yes. So with that comment, we're gonna do it like this. Shame, let's shame him. Shame. Not Jamaris. Let's put it back out. Let's put it back up here. Let's put it back up here. We're gonna do it all at one time. 1, 2, 3. Shame. That is one of the craziest mentalities I think I've seen a football fan have. If you don't win in 2 years, you deserve to be fired. If you don't win after the first year, you deserve to get fired. If your quarterback doesn't make the playoff after year 1, you need to draft another quarterback. Shame. And shouts out to the big OG Sam with the 20 spot, man. You definitely appreciate that.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. That's where we get a lot of our takes, because Sam, when we call him OG, he's one of the OG Falcon fans who've seen it through the mud.
Believe that.
Exactly. Yeah, Nathan Floyd. Yeah. That's a sit your goofy ass down moment right there. Hey, that's gonna be the new one. We're gonna do it. The power of Christ compels you. Shame. I told you, bro. We be saying some some goofy shit, and it works. But going back to that question about Jamarius, man, y'all make sure y'all go ahead. His logistic, he gives you his thoughts with his logistic video. Y'all make sure y'all give him a view and a subscribe over there. He said, "Do you really think we could win a Lombardi treating the head coach position as a temp service?" Exactly.
Oh, man. That right there.
Exactly. That's all that need to be known right there. If that was the case, do you think Dan Quinn and Kyle Shanahan would have been there in year 2 to take the Falcons to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they were. God, boy, they were bad. Year 1. Good gosh.
No. If you want to get rid of players and coaches after every year.
Because Kyle Shanahan deserved to be fired after that first year, boy. Good God Almighty.
Mm-hmm. yeah, everybody going with it now. Shame. I love it. Jet Life here said that comment reminds me of the owner that fired Lovie Smith after a 10-6 season.
Come on, man.
We saw Marty
Detroit did the
Schottenheimer.
same thing.
We saw Marty Schottenheimer get fired after going 14-2.
14-2. Yep.
It made no damn sense.
They was never the same.
Lovie Smith did not deserve to get fired after that season because he had. And that's the one thing I would give Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith ain't never had a good offense under his coaching tenures, but they always won games. The best he got out of an offense was Rex Grossman and Jay Cutler.
Oh, Jesus.
Really?
They did the Jim Caldwell in Detroit, and they cursed themselves with that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
They ain't never been the same since.
Yeah, like OG here said, yeah, 14. Marty Schottenheimer with the San Diego Chargers. I don't know if that was 2003 or 2004. Went 14-2 and got fired. So I think they had missed the playoffs the year before. I'm trying to think. Did they miss?
They wanted I think they just wanted a new voice or something like that.
No. What it was Schottenheimer and the GM, what was it, AJ Smith, did not get along. Yeah, that was LT's. Was that his MVP season? I think. Was that his MVP season? Or was that before? I have to check back to make sure, but yeah. You don't ever do, like I said, you don't build a coaching, you don't build an identity getting rid of players and coaches after 1 year. You don't do that, bro. That don't make no damn sense. Like I said, Lovie Smith had best quarterback that he has coached was Jay Cutler, and y'all know how iffy he is. That was defense and running the football. Doesn't that sound a little bit familiar on what's trying to be established?
You notice all the team that's winning has a running game, right? A running game and defense. Most of the teams that are winning right now, they running the ball.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I think they may have made that. I think that's when they lost. I think they lost to the Patriots in the AFC Championship game.
I forgot what year before like Schottenheimer got 5-7. LT won and then 8.
Okay.
So yeah, like 1,800 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So I think yeah.
Jay Cutler was that quarterback. He was the type of quarterback that looked like an extra off of Dazed and Confused. He personified the title of that movie, Dazed and Confused. That was Jay Cutler right there. Oh Lord. There's a question right here. When does USC quarterback come out of college? 2024. Falcons ain't gonna get him. Falcons ain't get
I
him.
don't fucking care. How about
I don't care.
I ain't waiting no damn 2 years for no damn quarterback. We trying to win, man. We ain't trying to damn
go down a quarterback carousel again.
You gonna start all over again.
Hold on. I got a question for everybody. I got a question for everybody. And I think I asked it earlier. We got about 10 minutes. So I got a question, and then I want to kind of talk about something after that. Why do y'all think that when it comes to teams, particularly this team, is that the quarterback position is the only position that can cure all the woes for the Falcons? When you have a whole lot more that needs to be fixed. And like I said, Eric, this is not towards you, but this is like I said, because all these mock drafts I'm looking at, I don't know, everybody putting these mock drafts out, and all I see is nothing but quarterback for the Falcons, quarterback for the Falcons. If the Falcons make the playoffs, they need to trade up and get a quarterback. Well, if you know that you have a pressing issue at offensive line, pass rush, defensive line, as it stands right now, why is it that the quarterback is the only position that is seen that could take this team from 2-15 to 14-3? Michael, set it up, Palpatine.
Look, man.
And this is, like I said, this is a shot to all these mock drafts out here. Cause we talking about these mock drafts. Cause I done seen about 6 different mock drafts, and I've seen Falcons need to get Will Levis, trade up to get CJ Stroud, Malik, what's his name? Hendon Hooker, Anthony Richardson. I'm like, God damn. Y'all do realize that drafting the quarterback in the 3rd round is still a high investment pick, right?
The quarterback everybody love in the whole universe, Justin Fields, is what, 3-9, 3-8. The offensive line is ass. Wide receiving core is ass. The defense is ass. Coaching staff is ass. But y'all still want to go. You want to start at quarterback. Nobody can block, but you want to draft a quarterback. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah, nobody can run the ball, but you want to start at quarterback.
Like I said, the mock drafts are talking about, okay, offensive line, pass rush, running back, linebacker, safety. We cool because you have glaring needs everywhere else. Southside they done switched it up. They said Falcons need to draft a quarterback this year. Alberto said, "Fellas, what advice can you give Falcon fans to stay positive? Is it time for coaches to get better or get the right players?" It's more so just getting the right players. Like you said, they literally are in a situation where they working with absolute dog water and trying to make the best of it. Because the one thing that, and I will say this is one thing that I will say, for as much as we talk about these young head coaches and a lot of these young head coaches and the Falcons, they need to stop looking for these first time head coaches and get more experienced head coaches. Have you ever thought about maybe those old head coaches, the old head experienced coaches maybe didn't want to take on a situation like this because Arthur Smith took on a bad situation. That's not that's a bad that like I said, that's one of those cringy situations where you have to decide between trying but trying to hold on to a quarterback that's taking up cap space or taking that chance of getting rid of him and now you can't find that replacement there. You have a case where you have limited cap space but a whole lot of holes to fill. Maybe those head coaches that may have a lot of experience didn't want to look at that situation. You have too many unknowns. Usually young coaches or first time head coaches usually take positions where it's going to be a lot of unknowns.
Yeah,
do
this
it
is not
do,
a desirable trade because you can't bring players in that you need for your scheme to work. So
right.
in essence, um, it's not the coaches or the players. I forget who had the question, but it's really the decision to decide what the scheme is. You can't go out and draft players if you don't know what the scheme is. If you're not going to stick to a scheme, like this is what we're going to be, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with the Falcons defensively, the Dan Quinn, he didn't know what the hell he wanted to do. He didn't know if he wanted a big defensive tackle or a small defensive tackle.
Dan Quinn was trying to convert outside linebackers into those tackles.
Like, what we talking about? Like, what we talking about? Like that he couldn't make a decision on what his defense was.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. And
Mm-hmm.
offensively, Thomas Dimitrov, who was really in charge of the offense, let's keep that real.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he pitched the hissy fit to make sure that Kyle Shanahan got the hell up out of here. Make sure he really helped push Kyle Shanahan out. I'm gonna just tell you that. Even though he was a good coach, but yeah, he and Thomas Dimitrov really didn't see eye to eye.
Question: what is Thomas Dimitrov doing right now?
Not a damn thing. He ain't even on radio. At least I hope no. I hope not. Nobody want to talk to your ass.
That's all I need to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
all I need to know.
and these other people on ESPN or Fox or something, he ain't doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, you're taking 5'8", 5'9" corners and turning them into safeties. You taking 6'3", 235-pound outside linebackers and turning them into NASCAR package defensive ends and tackles and like like you're like essentially what Dan Quinn's problem was. He was worried too much about trying to be versatile instead of just getting guys that specialize in what they needed to fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
That was what was wrong with the defense down here. Like I said, you see the defense in Dallas and you looking at Dan Quinn like, man, maybe it was Atlanta. Yeah, no shit, because you got guys there that actually fit in what the fuck position they playing in.
Yeah, you got to make a decision on what you want to be. Once you make the decision on what your team is going to be, the identity of that team, it becomes a lot easier to pick players and choose players. That's why Kyle Shanahan can make a damn running back out of a damn 8th round damn pick. And there's no such thing as a damn 8th round pick. But you kind of get what I'm saying when I say that. Like that's why he can take guys off the street and turn them into something. Because he have an idea of what his scheme is.
And then you got to think about it too. When Dan Quinn got to Dallas, that defense was already there.
It's already there. Those guys was already pit there. That's why he looks so good right now.
When Dan Quinn went to Seattle, guess what? That defense was already there. Vic Beasley had no business being. Vic Beasley had no business being every down defensive end. He had no business being that.
Should have went to 3-4, and he was reluctant to do that. He should have been a 3-4 from the beginning. That's why the Falcons right now are in the 3-4 because that's exactly what he wanted.
Yeah, Vic Beasley was touted to be a 3-4 outside linebacker going into that draft. And you still picked him, and he doesn't fit your scheme. You got Rico. God bless Rico. Rico is a baller. You took a 5'8" corner and turned him into a free safety.
Mm-hmm.
He had his moments, so I'm not bashing him. I'm not bashing on him at all. You took Tat McKinley, who was a 3-4 outside linebacker, and tried to turn him into a motherfucking defensive end, a 4-3 defensive
end. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. You brought in John Kaminsky, who was a 4-3 defensive end, and you try to play him as a nose tackle, as a 270-pound nose tackle. And Brett Grimes was a goddamn, he was a G. Big difference with Brett Grimes. Like I said before, when Brett Grimes was here, even though he was a short corner, he specialized in playing corner.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Falcons' defensive problem woes was. Is you had a lot of guys that he would overthink. They were overthinking these guys' position. If you needed an outside linebacker, you draft the outside linebacker to play outside linebacker. If you needed a defensive tackle, don't get a pass rusher and turn him into a defensive tackle. When I mean pass rusher, I'm talking about a 260-pound defensive end and try to turn him into a pass rushing nose tackle.
Yeah, Kaminsky.
And that summed up pretty much the whole Dan Quinn era defensively right there. He was a defensive genius, but the best defense he had was in 2018.
I could say about 18, 18.
Mm-hmm.
But that's too, like he got away with a lot of stuff because he had a guy there in Rasheed Hateman that could allow everyone else to have them one-on-one matchups.
Like you said, Rasheed Hateman was the one of the few guys he had in that front seven that actually played the position he played. Oh no, my that's I guess that's you. I don't know why I started getting that app where you got that breaking news stuff. It'd be like some worldwide news that I didn't care about. Um, I'll look at it later. I don't care. But but yeah, then like I said, but this is why you have these coaches we got in right now. They're bringing in guys that fit a specific purpose. Yes, it's not world beaters all the way around. It's not world beaters all the way around, but these guys have a purpose and they playing a role. Right now, really the only person you have playing out of position right now is Michael Walker. But that's because you ain't got no damn choice. The difference they
Hmm.
did with him was they took the green dot off his helmet and he's looking a whole lot better without that green dot.
Yeah, we don't need certain players and people thinking. He one of them players that you don't need him thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Just go out and free flow.
Mm-hmm. So So we got, like I said, got a few more minutes, man. I'm like I said, and I said it at the beginning of the show. Like I said, shouts out to Team USA. Shouts out to Christian Pulisic. I can't say. Oh, wait a minute. Let him in right. I wonder if he's still in here. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, people. Let me do something right quick. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do something right quick. So everybody just go ahead and start asking some more questions. Go ahead and keep asking your questions. I'm gonna get I'm gonna get this right quick. I ain't even see this. Glad read a few more of these comments. Y'all remember when we paid Tyson Jackson and Paul Soley out all that bread?
I mean, Tyson Jackson went here to be a
I mean, Tyson Jackson, he was a key contributor for that Super Bowl defense. Paul Soley didn't do shit though.
yeah. He never fit. See, they problem with Paul Celia, like he didn't do anything because they wanted him to rush the passer.
And you're telling a 6'4", 350-pound defensive tackle to
Yeah,
be a pass rusher.
yeah. So that's what we talk about. Choose a scheme, stick to that scheme, and you'll be a lot better. And no, that, like I said, that was the issue with Dan Quinn and Mike Smith is that they never stuck to their scheme. They always change their scheme. When you change your scheme, you're gonna change your draft picks.
All right, people, we got a little treat for y'all here, man. Normally we close the show, but we're gonna let one of our gunners come in here and give y'all some of the word. Cause you can call on Tyrone.
Let me rehydrate. Let me rehydrate. Let me get right. What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
What's going on, man? What you got for us, man? What you got?
A lot of good stuff tonight, y'all. I want to tell y'all first off, great show. I had a great show. You know, that was good. A good combo. The Lovie Smith combo. I came in on the Lovie Smith combo, and from then on, that whole situation is funny because Bears fans swear he wasn't the reason. He was the reason why they, but they will blame anybody. They'll blame anybody at this point for losing because they suck. But going into it, this I talk about this week. I guess I'll talk about this week real quick, y'all, because I didn't talk about it Sunday. I didn't talk about Sunday, but it was a bad game. It would have been a touchdown if it didn't get tipped. We all know it. You can't say run the ball 4 times. That's not how you play football. That's all I gotta say. It's not how you play football. So, it like and the cop piggyback off of K Styles, what he said. If we would have caught it, what would y'all have said at that point? But I got something. I gotta say something because this has been on my mind, y'all. I told y'all earlier that Discord chat. We go. If you're not in the Discord, please join the Discord. We have good conversations. But if you text me at 4:00 in the morning in the Discord chat asking me about damn Keith Smith and what value he brings to the team at 4:00 in the morning, I don't even care if you stay in Australia. At 4:00 in the morning, you asking me about Keith Smith. Let me stop there. But like I said, please join the Discord. This is a great convo in there. We got different chats for different stuff. You can come in there. I'll come in
Just
here.
Find us on social media, Facebook, Twitter. We'll give you a link to it. Just follow us there, Instagram. We'll see a link to the Discord.
Please do.
I'm gonna tell you this. If you sensitive,
please don't join the Discord.
Don't join. Don't.
It's a lot of I wouldn't say name calling, but boy, you say something stupid, you gonna catch hell. Don't say that dumb in there.
You ain't gonna get kicked out of the Discord for calling somebody a dumb motherfucker. I'll just say it like that.
Exactly. You call somebody a dumb motherfucker in there, they gonna bring it right back to you.
Yeah, look, it's gonna be that 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, that's you gonna get. It's fun though. I'll say this: it's good convo. You gonna have fun in there. You ain't gonna be. Look, like he said, you sensitive, don't join. This don't. But getting back onto the Falcons topic, you can't. I guess I'll talk about the topic. I don't think we can say that this was a mediocre season by any means. We're supposed to win 2 games. Let's be honest. You're supposed to win 2 games. We already surpassed that. And we still have a next 6 games and a bye week. Thank God we have a bye week coming up. But we got the next 6 games to basically build. And we need this bye week right about now because the next 5 after Pittsburgh is pretty tough. I mean, I wouldn't say tough, but it's divisional games. You got the Saints and you got the Bucks in that 5. You got the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens have been struggling all year. So, I mean, you got winnable games, but these are important games. You want to beat the Saints. That's just because we lost them early, the first game of the season. You got to beat the Saints. That's just in your DNA. We don't lose to the Saints at all. We lose to the Saints, you tank the season. That's how I feel about that. We don't lose to the Saints. So, you got to go to New Orleans and win that game. You get Tampa at home on week 18. The whole NFC South is basically us in Tampa right about now. So that week 18 game, even like if they flex it, they flex it. If they don't, they don't. You play at 1:00 on Sunday in Atlanta, Georgia. And you fighting for something because we don't know. These next 6 weeks, we go 5-0. That game could mean either we might have clinched by then, or they can look. We both go on a run in these last stretch of games, and now we both sitting there at whatever record we at. And you playing at basically the NFC South Championship game. That's what that is, the NFC South Championship game in Week 18. So you want to win that game. You want to win. You want to win these next couple of games. But this was not a mediocre season. And for what we did with this roster, that was supposedly the most depleted roster in the NFL, I'm pretty happy. So let me see.
My bad, y'all. I'm sitting over here looking at these Lovie Smith records right quick. I'm just looking, okay, 04. Ooh. Bro,
Bubba's stupid. No, Bubba is hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Boy, he's crazy, boy.
About Keith Smith snap count.
A damn fullback.
What was the thing? It was like, well, we're not using him enough. Motherfucker, the fullback is an offensive lineman.
And a backup linebacker on special teams. So
I don't know Atlanta Nation's YouTube name on here, but bruh, that man was like, bruh, he's a fullback. And I promise you I cried laughing, bruh. Oh my God, bruh.
His job is to hit people and hit people again and hit them again after you hit them and hit them again.
And the funny part about it, week 10, he only played 6 snaps. So, I mean, what you want to say then? Like, the man, he had two low snap count games. He didn't get used a lot. We put Hesse in that role. And that's one thing about it. Hesse's been they've been using Hesse in a lot of the blocking packages. If he's not on the field, Hesse's the lead blocker. So, I mean, we got 2 tools to use. It doesn't make sense. We talk about snap counts for a fullback.
We're not using them.
I don't see the value.
Bro, I'm looking at Lovie Smith's coaching record, bro. That boy, him as a head coach was 81-63 in Chicago.
He had what? What was the record?
81-63 in Chicago.
Oh yeah, he deserves a raise. He deserved everything. He deserved the world.
And with Tampa Bay, he was 8-24.
That man needs to be the mayor of Chicago right now.
Look, I don't want to hear nobody say Lovie Smith was a bad coach, but I'll fight you in the street my damn self for saying that. That dude had nothing but defense.
Nothing but defense. Nothing but defense. That was it. Nothing but defense.
Hold on, let me see. This dude, let me see. Rex Grossman, Jay Cutler. Hold on.
Tampa, he had 2. Tampa, he had oh my God. He had the Notre Dame quarterback, I think. He had I can't think of his name. Curly hair.
Let me see. Let's see. Because the 2-14 season, we get back to the Falcon top. Like I said, I was just looking at it. I was just looking just how y'all looking at it. Oh, Josh McCown.
Yeah. He had Josh McCown. Yeah, that's it. I was like, who is? I know his name. I couldn't think of it. Yeah, Josh McCown. God, he was garbage. They hyped that man up so hyped in college.
Now Marvin Lewis, I can't really say the same about him because he never won a playoff game in 15 years for their ass. That's
yeah. I can't give Marvin Lewis. The same.
Nah,
bro,
you
look, Andy Dalton ain't the best quarterback, but damn near Andy Dalton could have won it. I feel like Andy Dalton with a good team should have won a damn Super Bowl ring. God damn, that was so bad.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, get back to what you were saying. Well, go ahead and finish what you were saying about TJ.
I'm just looking at. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat now. But I just think that this week, like somebody said in the chat, that don't overlook Pittsburgh. We're not gonna overlook Pittsburgh. I don't think anybody's gonna overlook Pittsburgh. They had a good win on Monday night. It's not impressive, but it was a good win. They won the game. So they have to. We have to base. I feel like they for us, it's not the rest of this season is about proving yourself. Because how do you want to end this season? At this point, it's how you want to end it. Because we passed the halfway point now. Now is how you want to end it. Because you won Sunday, you lose. Well, no, you lose. I said you won Sunday. You lose Sunday. And now what is week 30? We're going to week 14. You got 4 or 5 weeks to prove yourself. And you can go. You got a lot of football left to play. So you gotta win. We gotta win. That's really how I see it. You gotta win. But it's not, this season isn't mediocre in any means. It's nowhere near mediocre. It was a great, for what Arthur Smith has done these last 2 years, you can see that he's trying it. This season, really, if we don't win as many games as we did last year, it still is an improvement. I would say that. It is still an improvement because we've seen schemes. Like we really seeing a team being built. So you seeing the pieces that you like and some pieces. Look, Rashaan Evans was a value piece this year, and he might come back next year as a really good. And he's probably gonna be a starter. If he come, I would sign him back just to be the vet in the linebacker room, really. And he's not bad. He didn't really do nothing. He didn't show you anything bad this year. So you bring him back. CP's here. I mean, like, look, you're gonna have a squad next year. You're gonna have a whole bunch, and you add your rookie talent. You add what you have to add in these next, this next draft and all season, whatever you want to do. What we did this year is impressive because, like I said, we were the most depleted roster in the NFL, and we still found ways to beat teams. That San Francisco team has has won some these last 2 weeks. No, again, that last week, but they won some impressive games, and we beat them. Let's be honest. That San Francisco team, we beat them, and they're in the head in the NFC West. So let's think about it. Like we weren't a bad team this year. It's some games just didn't go our way, and sometimes we just played like crap. But we're not a bad team. You just have bad games, and then Tampa. This game was just a crazy tip ball play. So you've had some games where you should have won. Say the Chargers game, you should have won the Chargers game. It's stuff like that where we just had bad luck on a couple of things. So a lot of people, you can't down. Everybody's trying to down this season like it's been so horrible. It really hasn't. Your quarterback won player of the week 1 week. Like it's not like he's been garbage. He hasn't been garbage. He's had some bad stuff, but he hasn't been garbage. Wow. So you just gotta take it. You gotta roll with the punches, really and truly.
Definitely. But also, like I said, shouts out. Like I said before we end the show, like I said again, shouts out to Team USA for advancing the World Cup. In the first time they didn't advance since 2002. I don't know if you want to talk about that, TJ.
You said 2002. What you say?
I said this is the first time Team USA advanced in the World Cup out of the group stage since 2002. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, we no, was it? Is it 2002?
Yeah, it was 2002. I remember that because that was the World Cup where they ended up in the final 8.
Well, in 2002, I don't even think I was 1 yet. So
yeah, you were. Yeah, I was. I'm just saying too because I remember I had to wake up about 4:30 in the morning and watch half of them damn games and shit.
Yeah,
but luckily it was in the summertime, so.
Yeah, this was weird though. I don't like Qatar. I haven't been impressed with anything they've done really. With this whole, like, usually the World Cup, you be like, okay, this is like none of the stadiums look impressive. They all look like normal soccer stadiums. Like, y'all supposed to be one of the richest countries in the world. Like, it don't look like it's nothing special about them. I think that's my problem. Like, when they get to think about the American one, you got to go through Mercedes-Benz, SoFi. I think they got one that, like, some of the biggest stadiums we got in America. You think about how they look on TV. Like, it's when you watch a Falcons game, you look at that stadium like that's a pretty stadium. Like, that stadium is gorgeous. Like, bro, like that's what I think. Like, it hasn't really impressed me as a country. I don't know.
I think it's because they got so many damn restrictions on everything. I think that's
very true.
I think that's what it comes down to. It's so many restrictions.
That man Knight said he was 10. Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
old.
2002. Yeah. I was like 15. I was like 14, 15 when that World Cup came out.
Just so y'all can age all of us. Yeah, I'm the baby. I am the
Yeah.
baby.
I mean, we know that
Just so yeah,
but,
I am the littlest of the yeah. Look, 15. You was 15, bro. I was
you
baby. I wasn't even a toddler yet. That don't even make sense.
my boy just opened his eyes for the first time.
For real. 2000, you gotta think summer 2002. I had just turned 1. My birthday in July, so I had just turned 1 when that World Cup happened.
Yeah. But like I said, it was the reason why it's kind of weird is because the World Cup is supposed to be the summertime event.
Yeah, very true. I think that's another thing. I think that's why a lot of people really aren't watching. I feel like this hasn't been a really like for America has been big. I think because we just like you ain't got a lot to do when these soccer games come on. Like they coming on like random day. It's like baseball. Like It's the same way for baseball. Like baseball come on at 2:00. You like, man, ain't nothing else on. I'm finna watch some baseball. So like the America playing, you like it's 2:00. I ain't doing nothing. I'm finna watch the soccer team play because it's not. But it's still not. It doesn't have the same draw, I think, as it usually does because it's in the wintertime. Like soccer shouldn't be getting played right now. Really, this isn't soccer season for a lot of people.
Right, but like I said, for a lot of folk that may not know, like I said, if you actually this is gonna be a free promo here, so I'm expecting an email here soon, so y'all can run me my check. But Tubi app, you can watch the World Cup. They do the World Cup replay, so that's how I normally catch them. Because most of the games that come on, I either be at work or asleep, so I get a chance to rewatch it. So yeah, that's free promo. Tubi, run me my check when I get off of here.
Go ahead and send them good little $5. He said your name about twice.
Yeah, I get $10. But we'll go ahead and wind the show down up. I don't want to take up a lot of people's time and stuff like that. Like we said, we always appreciate 6-man combo, as well as we appreciate TJ.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me on, man.
Hey, man, you already know, man. You just let us know whenever. Like
definitely.
You already know that.
I'm gonna throw some free promo out here for myself. Wednesday night. Y'all know I usually do Wednesday night. I had Miles on. If you didn't watch that one, go back and watch that one. We talked about the Justin. We didn't do one last week. We did one for the Bears game. I would say please go watch that Bears game. It was actually fun. We had OG on, OG Chauncey. Y'all know. So please go back, go and watch that one. We're back this Wednesday. We're gonna be talking. Basically, look, if y'all watch all our shows, we don't all have the same topics, but we all talking Falcons. So you're gonna get some of the same viewpoints and some of the same stuff, but you're gonna hear it a different way. And you get to hear from Tommy. I'm gonna have Tommy on tomorrow. I might have a special guest. We'll see if I can make something happen in the next about 12 hours. We'll see what can happen. But tomorrow at 7:30, we're gonna be on. If not 7:30, it might be a little bit earlier. It might be around 6:30. So make sure you got our notifications on at Fila and at GSN. Please, y'all go subscribe to Mike's other channel, please, because that's where I post a lot. I post a lot. If you're not subscribed to Fila, subscribe to Fila, but subscribe to Mike's other channel because I post on there most of the time too. So you can follow us on both. You can follow me on Twitter at Fila_SP or my personal at Call on Tyrone ATL. And that's all I got.
Hey, man. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all show love to the family. And this is what we do. So I had to go ahead and pause the music, so I had to let TJ, so everybody get TJ's undivided attention. You know, when we put the music on, you know, the music makes people feel like, yeah. So, like I said, y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to my other channel. That's the GHSM Mad Mike Sports. Like I said, Fila Sports podcast. 6-Man K Styles. Atlanta Falcon Nation people. And like I said, shouts out to y'all for tuning in, watching us tonight. Like I said, we got the heavy hitters coming on tomorrow. It'll be right after.
Yes, sir. Right after
Tyrone,
me.
right after
So
Tyrone.
y'all already know. I'm the pre-show. Y'all already know. Y'all get the main show. I'm the pre-show.
Bubblegum said y'all gotta talk about Judah. Man, that motherfucker disappeared.
No, we don't.
We don't care about him no more.
No, please, if y'all, bro, please go watch the video he posted after they lost. Yo, that was probably the funniest video I've ever watched in my life.
Trust me, I done linked it to a few people.
Oh, bro, I was about to cry. Last. He sounded so depressed. That nigga, bro, he was about to cry. He was like, I just don't know.
I just don't know. I think I might convert to Buddhism after this game.
I don't know what happened. I don't know. We lost to the Falcons. We suck.
I'm like, oh my god. Oh, that boy, that shit was so funny. That shit is so funny. If I find it again, I might just link it in the community tab so y'all can just tear his ass apart. I think a few of y'all already did.
You know they was gonna find him, but they didn't find him. They probably found him right after the game.
Yeah,
they told.
Yeah. I mean, when you talk shit like that, you set yourself up. And also, shout out Georgia Tech because Brett Keys, you the head coach. I'll be happy as long as it ain't Bill O'Brien. Because if Bill O'Brien, then we gonna get a rant out of this. So I had to throw that in there right quick. So until next time, people, we ain't here to play. We here to stay. You ain't gotta go home.
K Styles, can I get a go dogs real quick? Can I just get a go dogs? You lost Saturday. I would say go
Bro, get the hell out of here. We ain't made no bet like that. I ain't even talking about no goddamn go dogs. I say y'all were the better team. That's about the best you gonna get out of it.
Okay. Well, everybody, you gotta get the hell up out of here.
Deuces, y'all. What